At Learn Grant Writing, you've probably heard people toss around the term grant writing unicorn, but what does that even mean? To keep it short, unicorn really just refers to someone who can do a lot of different things well. But just like unicorns, grant writers are also seen as having almost magical, superhero-like abilities. They can swoop in, work their magic, and suddenly, boom! Money appears for projects that seem impossible before. Our very own Meredith said it best herself. Grant writers are perceived to have superpowers. They know how to get free money. Well, I hate to break it to you, but grant writers don't literally have superpowers. Sorry, no flying, no x-ray vision, and definitely no instant cash powers. But what they do have is the ability to find, write, and win grants that keep nonprofits and projects running smoothly. Which means the good news here is that means you too can learn these abilities. In this video, we're going to give you your very own supersuit. The 3 proven steps for first-time grant writers. Whether you're new to the game or just need a confidence boost, this guide will have you flying through the grant process like a superhero in no time. When you're starting out, it can feel like you're in a world where everyone else knows the rules and you're just figuring out how to control your powers. Where do you even start? Who are the people you should be working with? And how do you make sure that your proposal is stronger than the others out there? Every superhero has to start somewhere, and I'm here to train you up from the start. Alright, now let's talk about the 3 steps that will help you get funded as a first-time grant writer. It's important to think of this as your first comic book issue. You're not going to save the world on day 1, but by following these steps, you'll be well on your way to building your grant writing superpowers. Step 1. Get familiar and network with local funders and their guidelines and interests. Every superhero needs allies, right? Batman has Commissioner Gordon, the Avengers have Nick Fury. Well, you need funders, but you can't just show up in a mask and expect them to throw money at you. You've gotta do your homework. This is called grant prospecting, and it's the first step to getting started. Your job here is to research the local funders in your area and understand what types of projects they're interested in funding. Be sure to read their guidelines carefully. Sometimes they're complex, like you're decrypting a secret mission file. Stick with it though. The info in there is crucial. Do they support education, environment, community services? Knowing this will save you from wasting your energy on funders who aren't a good fit. And pro tip, don't just rely on Google. Actually meet the funders if you can. Attend local nonprofit events, workshops, or even set up calls. Building these relationships is like having a trusty sidekick. They can be the difference between saving the day or missing out. Step 2. Make sure your organization is grant funding ready. After you've scoped out the funders, now it's time to suit up and make sure your organization is ready for battle. I mean, ready to apply for funding. This is where your organization's track record and data come in. Funders don't want to bet on an organization that hasn't proven itself. You'll need to show them a solid history of impact. How has your nonprofit helped the community? What kind of results have you delivered? Do you have other funding sources like donations or corporate sponsors? If not, now's the time to start pulling that together. Think of this as the origin story, your nonprofit's why and its proof of impact. And here's where you, as the superhero grant writer, really step in. You're not just the writer, you're also making sure the organization's grant funding ready. You're the one who fills in any gaps to ensure they have all the right data and impact metrics in place before hitting send on that grant proposal. It's like helping your team get their gear in order before going into battle. And if you need more help with this, we've got templates and guides in our collective that can help you get your org all prepped. Step 3. Build your writing skills to be strong, clear, and persuasive. This is your superhero training montage. Writing grant proposals is not just asking about for money. It's about making a compelling case, and that takes skill. Think of each word in your grant proposal as a tool in your utility belt. You want it to be strong, clear, and persuasive, because this is where you prove to the funders why your project is the one they should invest in. My advice? Practice. Writing is a skill that gets better the more you do it. You can't expect to be a master on your first try, just like Spider-Man couldn't perfectly swing between buildings on day 1. Take a course, read examples, or even join a workshop focused on grant writing. The more you practice, the sharper your writing powers become. Oh, and we've got the perfect course to help you level up your writing skills. Check out the Pen to Polish writing course. It'll teach you how to make your writing clear, concise, and most importantly, powerful enough to win over funders. Okay, so while there aren't literal superpowers involved, feel free to put on a mask and tie a cape around your neck. Who doesn't want to feel like a superhero anyway? After this video, you're well on your way to becoming a first-time grant writing pro. We've covered a lot today. You need to network with funders and learn their guidelines, know your allies, make sure your organization is grant funding ready, prep your team's backstory and impact data, and lastly, build those writing skills, because clear, persuasive writing is your #1 superpower. If you follow these 3 steps, you'll be on your way to securing that funding for your nonprofit. And hey, if you ever feel like you need backup, you can always call in the pros. We've got links in the description where you can learn more about hiring professional grant writers if you need some extra help. Or if you're ready to take this mission solo, our next video will help you unlock even more superpowers with Grant Writing 101, how to forge connections with funders, so you can go in fully equipped. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.